Emotions. We are finally back and we are doing our 2020 presidential election update episode.
Y'all see the smile on my face, don't you? Yeah. So let me start off by saying I'm going to talk a little bit of shit on this video, but I'm going to leave it alone after that. Okay? I'm just saying. All the bullshit that the people have been talking all this for the last 4 years, time to be quiet. Take it on your soul. Feel it in your soul. Democrats, we still love you, but we got a lot of work to do on our side of the ball too, but it's our turn to wield power. Oh, we got 2 more Senate seats in Georgia to get. We're going to get that. Have faith. But
we're going to talk about that.
Until that's coming up. Just have faith, y'all. And all you Trump supporters that are in my book, you hear it taking a deep breath?
This is supposed to be a factual episode, not a bash everybody.
Hey, man, we won.
Okay.
All right. She's keeping me tame for now. She don't want me to go get on here and boast and brag.
I just don't to me, okay, I prayed for Biden to win, and the reason I prayed for him to win was the whole human decency aspect. I feel like when Trump was president, we lost that. We lost respect for each other. We lost being nice to one another. We lost not lying to each other.
One question. Who did that, though?
No, Trump did it. That's what I'm saying.
So,
we lost that, and we need to gain it back. We need to be the better people in this scenario. I know you don't want to, but it's okay. But to me, it's we are tired of it. At least I am. I'm tired of people being rude to each other. I'm tired of people just not having any kind of decency, like Van Jones when he was crying about the election results and he was so happy he was crying. It's all these people don't have to worry now. Biden's not going to fix everything, guys. But what Van Jones was saying is it's a lot easier to be a parent after these results because you can say human decency wins. Being a bully doesn't win. Being a good person, being truthful, being honest is important. And it's so much easier to parent now and be able to say, hey, look, that didn't get him anywhere. If anything, it made people want to get him out so badly that more people voted in 2020 than in any time in the American history. And Biden is winning by over 4 million votes, and it's growing because people were so over it.
No, I get it. I get they're over it. But I think that our views, even though we're in the same house, our views are a little different.
Right. No, I'm just saying that was a big part of this election too.
Right. This is look, can you imagine if a bully just walked up behind you in the hallway and slapped you in the back of the head? And he did it every day from 6th grade until 9th grade,
right.
10th grade. That's 4 years. So in the 11th grade, you know what I'm saying, the summer you go learn boxing and you go learn jujitsu and you learn taekwondo.
I feel like that's all this American people voted.
And then I get it, but then you step back, and the first day you have a chance for that dude to slap you in your head. You tell me to be cool with him. No, man, I'm about to bust his ass. No. It's time to get down.
I get that. When Biden won, I was screaming, I was crying. I was watching news coverage, just I get it.
I've already had people run up on me at work talking about, Biden's going to cheat and try to steal the election. Nah, man.
That's a whole nother.
All you can do, especially when you're at work, is just walk away from people like that because you can't get into an argument like that at work. You lose your job.
But I feel like that goes along with Trump's narrative. Like that's what he's been doing for 4 years. Like it's chaos, it's lies. It's just
well, see, even those people believe those lies. Those people want. Me and you talked about this when he first got elected. To believe the crap that's coming out of his mouth, you have to want to believe that stuff. You have to. Yeah. There's not like you cannot say, "Oh, Colin Kaepernick is a piece of crap and he's disrespecting our country." You had to want him to be doing that. You had to, oh yeah, is he? Yes, he is. Oh my God.
But here's the thing, like that wasn't even necessarily true. Like we talked to someone today that didn't even know that Colin Kaepernick was initially sitting down for that. And then he talked to a military person, a Green Beret, who said, hey, kneeling is a show of respect, so why don't you kneel, since your intention is not to disrespect the flag, it's to bring attention to the issues of racial injustice and police brutality. So why don't you kneel, because that'll show respect to the flag.
Right.
And people still went along with whatever Trump said, like, oh no, he's disrespecting our military, even though he listened to a military
But the gentleman that I talked to, I'd love to get him on here to talk, because he spit some fire today that made so much sense about, from the white race, white people, the last 4 years, how it polarized the whole country to where white people are mostly scared to say anything. And it apps to be, you're racist, you're a piece of shit, blah, blah, blah.
We don't need to do that to people.
We don't. We also need to bring people in the fold we don't agree with to get their point of view in life.
But like he said, he was having a conversation with his friend. And like his friend said, he's like, I want to say stuff on your page, on our Facebook page, and on our YouTube channel, but I'm afraid I'll get ganged up on if I say the wrong thing and people don't agree with me. And that's why we did that episode with his other friend on like how to talk to people, how to have these disagreements. But
now,
also
there's some people you can't talk to.
Right.
Some people you just like, man.
Right, but even when they say something you don't agree with, that doesn't mean jump down his throat. You know what I mean? Like, because your friend Carlos said a lot of things I didn't agree with, especially about women's rights and blaming women for having premarital sex when there was a guy involved. Like,
has to be a penis.
Right. Like, so he tried to blame women for that whole situation, but instead of me like yelling at him or getting mad at him or cussing him out, we handled it. We talked about it. I was like, there was a man involved in this situation and he got her pregnant, so there's some responsibility on him too.
Yeah,
it's 50-50. Like, if you jump out of the relationship when there's a baby, that's on you, you know, like that's you not dealing with the consequences, you know?
I agree with that part. But it's just some of them people out there, they gotta be got. Well, they stick their chest out real far.
Those are the people that are being like blatantly racist.
Absolutely,
you know,
and I can't wait to get them cats.
Blatantly sexist or misogynistic and all of that. So there are people like that where you're not going to get through at all. No, but there's other people out there.
There's ways to get through to them.
Okay. But there's other people out there where you literally can have a conversation with them and not jump down their throats just because they say something you don't agree with. You know,
just take a deep breath. Like, what? Oh, can you expound on it? Can you explain that to me a little bit better? Right. What do you exactly mean by this part of what you just said? Right. And then what do you mean by this part of what you said? Right. Oh, you want to be racist.
So we got on here to talk about the election, and Biden won.
Absolutely, the first female
Kamala
black. I just spit all over my computer. I don't care, because the first female black vice president in the U.S. history is first now about
female at all.
Yeah, I said female first. Stop tripping. But you can't be mad because I am this black man.
Oh no!
I'm gonna say
she's also black.
Yeah. I'm gonna stick that in there.
I'm just saying she's She's Indian. She is Jamaican.
Man. She mixed it all, didn't she?
Woman, like she did it. Like, you know what I mean?
Very proud.
Whew. So So, and like she said, Joe Biden had the audacity to pick her. And how awesome is he for doing that? Like, he could have picked Elizabeth Warren. He could have picked anybody, but he picked her, you know? And she's ready for the job. She's been a senator. Like,
man, she's ready. She's gonna get in there and do it.
They're ready.
I wonder if that fly on Pence's head was trying to tell him you're gonna lose.
No, I just think it was there because what are flies attracted to? So, anyway, Biden currently has how many electoral votes?
He has 279 at the time and growing.
Right.
So Trump is probably going to be stuck at 214 at the most.
No, because they haven't called Alaska and they haven't called North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Which
but
Trump
North Carolina
is winning. I don't know why they're not calling
He's killing in North Carolina. So
Biden.
Trump.
Right. So I don't know why they haven't called those two states. I don't know.
I have my own conspiracy theories about that, but we'll not speak on that.
But the outstanding states right now are Georgia, Arizona, and Nevada, and Biden's lead is increasing in at least two of those states.
No, all three.
All three? Mm-hmm. I thought it
well, one of them he's sinking, but it's still over 30,000 votes.
Yeah. Like in Arizona, his lead is dwindling, but it's not enough to
worry about. And even if he does lose it, so what?
Right.
It doesn't matter. Trump because Trump's already going to plan on suing and all those close. I don't know why you sue just ask for a recount. And you have no basis to sue in those states, so go ahead and waste your money. Go ahead and waste go ahead and waste the money that your supporters had gave to you for your campaign, because that's exactly what you're doing. You're wasting time and money instead of just conceding and being cool and getting ready to move out of the White House.
Yeah, his own son-in-law has told him to concede, and I think one of my favorite memes right now is there's not going to be a peaceful transfer of power because it's going to be like dragging a toddler out of Chuck E. Cheese kicking and screaming. No,
man, we've had to do that before.
But I mean, that's how this whole presidency has been, just toddler tantrum after toddler tantrum. So
give a toddler $1 billion and then let him fly free.
He's had 3 or 4 bankruptcies where his daddy just bailed him out. So this is probably the first time he's ever really faced rejection he can't do anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
So he's probably going to lose his mind.
Question.
Yeah.
Do you think the Trump supporters, which I say 30-70, 70% of those people will go back under the rocks they come from?
Oh, yeah, because, I mean, a lot of them already have. Like, you don't hear a lot of yelling and screaming from Trump supporters. They've disappeared and gone silent already.
So it's like, so after the election's over and after January, when he gets inaugurated, white people can say, you're pulling a black card again.
If they stop?
They stop, because then you can't deny the racism that was in the air when Trump was in the office. So, like, it's blatant. It's on TV. It's everywhere.
Even, was it Pence in a vice presidential debate, or it was Trump in one of his debates that said systemic racism doesn't exist?
Yes.
So, I mean, they just pretended like racism doesn't exist anymore, the whole presidency.
While being racist.
And while stuff in our country was obviously happening that was racist. So it's like, I am like, yes. When Biden won, I cannot tell you how, like, it just felt like a weight lifted off of my shoulders, because these last few years I've just felt like, can I breathe? Like, I have anxiety, I have depression. So it's like, this weighed heavy on me. Like, are my kids safe? Can they go for a run by themselves? Can they go to the mall by themselves?
Right now, I don't think they can.
Can my husband go to work safely? You know what I mean? Like, all these things. are stressful and have been. And I'm not saying Biden's going to fix it, but he's making racism wrong again. And that's what we need.
Right. I think it's a dangerous moment right now. I think
right now, yes.
I think that we still got to watch our backs either way.
Yeah.
If it's not from the police, because a lot of the police, you not see that?
Yeah.
A lot of the police still supported Trump. You still got idiots running around there with the trucks with the flags on the back of them. Now, a lot of those are the 30% that's not going to go away.
Yeah. That
is the reason why I still walk around, heavy, because I want to make sure, even if I'm with or without a gun, it don't matter. I still throw my hands. But the fact that I don't want to be caught naked with my family out and I can't protect them.
Right. I mean, if, like in our situation, if you live across from people that are like that, that's not going to change because of this election. They might actually get loud again. Who knows?
Or worse. We got something for that too.
Okay.
We do. I can't wait.
Anyways, so what we also wanted to talk about was the outstanding things from the election that haven't happened yet, like the House and the Senate. I do want to point out, if Democrats rigged this election, we did a terrible, terrible job.
God damn. Like, you need to,
like, we didn't win the electoral vote by a ton yet. We're about to, but it was close, right? For a while, at least. And then in the Senate, it's tied right now.
Senate is tied 48-48. Yes.
Okay. And the two outstanding
Senate races.
Yeah, Senate seats are in Georgia. And they're going into a runoff.
Come on, we got to getting to work on that. We need at least one of those seats.
Stacey Abrams needs to be in Joe Biden's cabinet.
Because
she did this election. Like, she got it.
Because how those two races work in the Senate work. If there's two Senate seats left and they're both in Georgia, if we get one of those seats, it's tied. So,
which isn't terrible.
Guess who breaks tiebreakers in the Senate?
WP.
If we get both of those seats, we got one. If we vote party line, we have one seat better than the Democrats, and we can get the Republicans, and we can get our legislation through without too much trouble for at least the first 2 years. So we need to get healthcare done. We need to get back in the Paris Accords. We need to do a lot of stuff.
Which you can do that by executive order.
We need to get a lot of stuff done within these first 2 years, so we can get back to normalcy. We got to get rid of this virus, y'all. Y'all know what's out there. Stop playing. If you're listening to us from outside of Oklahoma, we're here in Norman, Oklahoma, and we just had the biggest day in our state. Saturday
had over 4,000 cases in the whole state, which is unheard of. And we had like 20 deaths that day, which is also unheard of for our state. So people can keep pretending it doesn't exist, but guess what, guys? It exists.
It doesn't matter if you're a Democrat, or Republican, or independent.
The virus doesn't care.
It doesn't care. It does not care.
But I also think that's super disrespectful to just not do the things that the CDC and the health professionals are telling you to do. And that's super disrespectful to our healthcare workers.
Absolutely.
Because they are going to work every day and putting their lives on the line for you to take care of you. My sister-in-law has to wear her mask all day now. Like, she didn't have to do that before.
Right. I have a buddy right now, which I grew up with, one of my best friends. It's in the hospital. That he went to Oklahoma City, and they transferred him by ambulance all the way to Enid because they didn't have no beds.
Because the ICU's full and emergency's full. Like, there's no beds. Guys, this is serious. We can't just keep ignoring it. And tomorrow, Biden is putting together his task force, a real task force on the coronavirus.
Not a muzzle one.
And he's going to listen to the health experts and the scientists, and we're gonna get through this finally. Oh.
I hope he doesn't have to shut down the nation again.
But guys, guess what?
But if he does, let's
he's
make
gonna
sure.
give you money to survive. Unlike.
And if he doesn't, we'll be back on here and be like, God dang it, what are you doing? You're destroying the country. Just like, we don't care if he's Democrat or Republican. If you're messing up, you're messing up.
Here's the thing, guys. We are progressives. And Biden wasn't our first choice.
No.
Like, my first choice was Elizabeth Warren. His was Bernie Sanders. Like, we are way more progressive than Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, as far as that goes. So their policies are watered down versions of what we wanted anyway.
Which is trying to play, let's be bipartisan. In the last 4 years, they wasn't being bipartisan.
Right. But we also know, or the media was trying to tell us, that if we had too progressive of a candidate, they wouldn't get elected. So the Democrats went with the safe choice of Joe Biden. Guess what? He got elected. We did it.
Let's move on. Let's get to work.
Get stuff done. You know?
We're going to make up a lot of ground because of that old big head ass.
Well, Joe Biden right now, Joe Biden right now is putting together executive orders basically to undo all of Trump's executive orders, which is what Trump did to Obama.
That's a lot of
So it is, but at least he reads it and knows what he's signing. But I don't want to hear Republicans complain about executive orders.
Please don't.
Please
don't. Do not.
Because that's all Trump did, to undo everything Obama did. So now that Joe Biden's in there doing the same thing.
He should put Obama on his cabinet.
He could.
That'd be sick.
He could.
That'd be sick.
That'd be funny. But he's a constitutional lawyer, so he's a former senator. He's a former president. He's a constitutional lawyer.
Hey, why not?
The best of the best.
One of the smartest guys I know.
Yeah. So why not?
So guys,
we still have the House right now.
We lost a couple seats in the House.
We did.
But we still have the majority. So don't let nobody tell y'all that we had a bad election. It was so-so, but it wasn't bad.
It wasn't a blue wave, but it was definitely a blue.
It was a blue
ripple.
It was a blue stirring.
Something, yes. It wasn't what
Splat.
everyone was thinking, because we thought that this country wasn't divided 50-50.
That's why we need to get rid of a lot of them polls. I don't believe in them polls. They've been lying to us for the last
ever.
I don't know how long. The last two major elections they got wrong.
Terribly.
Just about 80% of what they said was absolutely wrong. What the media told us is what Biden was supposed to take this on the first night, and it was going to be a landslide after that. And that was a lie. Mm-hmm. We were biting our nails for 3 effing days. 4. I said effing.
4.
See, she don't got to pump me on that. I was like-minded, and I said effing.
You could have said freaking.
Black people don't say freaking. We just don't do that. That's weird.
All right. Well, was that all we have on the election? Stay strong,
of course, guys.
Georgia.
Look.
Vote Georgia.
If you guys have any concerns or you want to show how happy you are, just put them in the comments. Like, share, subscribe.
Oh, and if you want to know Joe Biden's policies, go to joebiden.com. He lays them all out very thoroughly. So if you're scared he's going to take all your money and tax you and you're going to die.
Which I've heard this.
Please. He's not going to do that. But please go to...
Or take your guns. Are you serious? Come on.
He's not doing that either. Please go to his website and he lays out his policies and ease your mind. Please.
Or just turn Fox News off.
Please.
And turn us on.
Please. So something.
Fox News is a joke.
Just do some research. But my computer's dying.
Yeah, we need to go ahead and cut this off.
Let's wrap it up.
All right. Like, share, subscribe. It's free. It don't cost you nothing.
Right.
Just hit the button.
Exactly.
And get a black friend.